Hello, hello. We're back with more EU4, an extended timeline, and a handful of other mods. We've spent some time getting everything, well, you know, stabilized after last time's conquests. And now we're about to have the turn of the century. It is the 31st of December, 1399, and the situation is rapidly evolving. Went ahead and fabricated a claim on Rhodes, the Knights, because they have been a nuisance. And as well, they are allied with Venice, who is currently fighting with the Ottomans. So we could use this opportunity to snipe some territory from them, though we will most likely not be able to get Lesbos from them, as that is currently under siege by the Ottomans. But we have mill access through Byzantine, so I could go ahead and get an army ready, at least. And we have now 20 galleys, 20 transports, and 4 trade ships running around. And there we go. 1st of January, 1400. Beautiful, we love to see it. We are making almost 15 ducats a month. Quite nice. Quite nice indeed. We do have just a little bit of unrest still, but not enough to really cause too much issues. These guys keep asking for me to support their independence, but honestly, buddy, I don't think you need the help. You really don't need the help. Alright. Damn Hafsids. Unfortunately, they've got the Mamluks and the Marinids on their side, so there's just really not a way that we can fight them right now. That combined, they have like 150k men, and even if I got all my allies in, which not all of them will come in, it ain't gonna happen. Same thing with taking on Catalonia right now, with France on their side. We're just outnumbered too much. Even if we called in Tyrol, Milan, and even if we could get Byzantium on our side, it just would not be in our favor. And I'm not looking to fight another death war right now. So we're going to go after some softer targets at the moment. The softest targets we can. The Knights being the softest of those targets at the moment. So we're going to get everybody in position, and we're going to go ahead and launch the war. Alright, we are about prepared to launch the war against the Knights. And of course now France will fucking get called in. Never mind. Never mind, apparently we're not. Because France wants to get involved in everything. Well then, we're gonna have to devise a course of action to expand without the interference of the French. Their day will come. Their day will come. Just not today. Not today. They weren't going to join it before, but now they've decided that they want to join. Whatever, I don't really care as long as I have level 1s right now. We're not going to sell titles at the moment because I actually want to get a little more crown land before I start doing that stuff and giving out more privileges and all that. I play very conservatively with that kind of stuff. So really, our best options is going to be finding a fairly isolated, maybe one of these Anatolian powers we could go after. If I got a claim on these guys right here, That wouldn't be too bad. That wouldn't be too bad, and we could snipe some territories here. So I think I'm going to start fabricating on some of these Anatolian provinces, so we don't currently have claims on them. And this will be our route of expansion for right now, while we build up to take on our big two obstacles, the Mamluks, Hafsids, Marinids alliance in North Africa, and the French. We're gonna have to cripple the French at some point. And I understand that a lot of this is because I chose to flip Orthodox so early, that France, being the defender of the Catholic faith, gives them authority to interfere in my wars with pretty much any Catholic power. But, it's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. So I'm going to fabricate those claims, and then we'll be, right back. Alrighty. We're about ready to launch things off. We've got our army at sea here. We've got claims on Mugla, Aydin, and Antalya. And we are going to war. We bring Hungary again, obviously, because they're our junior partner. We're not bringing any of our other allies in. They're bringing in Aydin, Saruhan, and Tiki. These guys. And in total, they have 21,000 men in the field. We've got, I think our 120 stack should be enough to handle it. Keyword should be. And we're going to go ahead and just land. Try and wipe one of their armies as quick as possible, or get one siege going as quick as possible. Leave it be for now. I'll lose the prestige. We'll reorganize how things are with our PU partner of Hungary later. Not right now, Hungary. Not right now. Alright, we've landed and begun the siege. They've brought their men to bear here. If they're going to let me siege down Aydin without a battle, that'd be fine, and then we can just fight them here. 3-1, 5-1, and 6-1. Yeah, we've got a better general. We would absolutely wipe the floor with them. Absolutely manhandle them. So we're just gonna sit this siege out unless something else happens. Majorcan independence. They grow tired of our rule, huh? We could either fight it as a independence revolt, put a ton of investment into it, just cede it. We could make them a vassal. We'll have to fight the war. Unfortunately, we don't have the money to, you know, keep a hold of it, so we're gonna have to fight the war. That's fine. You know not what you've done. You know not what you've done, fool. You know not what you've unleashed. Oh, Milan actually got called into this one? Yeah, they're, all my allies got called into this one. Could have a bad time. Have a real bad time. We're not giving up on our, dominance of the Med. That just ain't happening. that ain't gonna fly, Chief. It is a bit of a setback in our other war that we had to drop this blockade temporarily. But hey, you know, it is what it is. Hungary is keeping them busy at, it's not Izmir, it's Izmit on this one. We're gonna go ahead and land at Mallorca. Absolutely crush the army that's there, of course, and begin to sneed it down. So 2 sieges, both going. I think we'll go ahead and come back either when those sieges are done or if a battle starts or anything like that. So we'll be back. Alright, the siege of Mallorca is done. We'll go ahead and transport them over to Menorca and call this war done before the Marinids can sweep in and take control of this, little bastards. We're not gonna tolerate it. We're not gonna tolerate their buffoonery. No, sir. The siege of Aden, however, is taking a lot longer. So we still have to wait on that one. Alright, let's occupy this, and then hopefully we should be able to just end the war. No, you're not getting away with this. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And of course Hungary let their armies slip out. That's fine. We'll deal with this momentarily. We'll deal with this momentarily. It's unfortunate that we can't just, you know, enforce them being back in our complete control because, you know, Marinids fucking swooped in and got in there. Complete BS. Completely screwed us. Completely screwed us, but we'll come back for that. We'll come back for that soon. In the meantime, we're gonna land in Greece and just absolutely eviscerate their armies, especially since they're all spread out. And they gave it to the Hafsids, which actually gives us a Reconquista, a Reconquest CB. I will remember this, and I totally won't forget about it very soon and just never use it effectively. You're heading to the Thessalia. Thessalia. Oh, now they want to run away. Now they want to run. What a twist. Now suddenly they don't want to be out here fighting. What a strange thing to happen. I was hoping the Hungarians would delay them a little longer. That's fine. We can chase them into Hungary. Chase them into Dalmatia. Wherever we go, we'll chase them. I mean, honestly, this is like one of the best case scenarios when they just completely spread themselves out and let me just stack wipe their armies individually. That's beautiful. And the Siege of Aden? Done. We'll let Hungary, siege that down. Oh, Sarahan wants peace. No. No, y'all are getting severely punished for this. Y'all don't even realize. You've done a bit of reaping, but you're gonna be doing a lot. You've done a lot of a little bit of sowing, and you're gonna be doing a lot of reaping. A lot of reaping. You have not even begun yet to reap what you have sown. Total Anatolian conquest is what's about to happen, Arthur. Alright. We're gonna accept nothing less. We need this land to become stronger and better. So that we can fight the dang North Africans. Why are we fighting Byzantine's rebels? Oh well, you got a new general trait for that. Movement speed. Cool. I guess. Didn't want to waste manpower fighting their rebels, but hey, you know. It is what it is, I guess. But these forts are all pretty stout. So I don't want to, you know, just sit and stare at them for too long. So we'll be back when these sieges are done. We'll take the Diplo rep since we're about to take a whole bunch of land. And we only have claims on some of it. So I don't want to push it too hard. Don't want to push it too hard here. But yeah, I'm not really afraid of like these idiots over here forming a coalition. Alright. But let's wipe their navies real quick as much as we can. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright. And go ahead and unsiege those. Let's see. 7% on that one, 14% on that one, still negative 21 on that one. Okay, that one's done. Nope, Tiki, you're not getting out of this one that easy. Let's see if the 21% tick gets this one. Oh, buddy, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing, bud? You don't get to sail around in my Mediterranean. No, 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 no. Not allowed. Not allowed, bud. Now the Hungarian Navy's chasing them down. Well, if the Hungarians caught him again, let's get in there and just get a little quick wipe. A little quick wipe. Didn't wipe him, but whatever. Whatever. Alright. Come on, finish the siege, Hungary. Yeah, whatever. We'll deal with religious rebellions and our vassal or junior partner later. Later. Okay, we're finally up to 21% in Izmit. And that one's now done. Hungary's about to wipe that 1K. Beautiful. Beautiful. We love to see it. We're going to go ahead and send you back to Greece. And I'm going to send you back to Naples. And we'll just let Hungary finish that siege, and then that we'll be ready to look at a peace deal. You keep sending me these peace offers like I'm going to accept them. No. Whatever you're offering is not going to be enough. Alright, excellent. So let's see what we can take. We're definitely going to take the war goal, of course, and our 2 claims. And I think we can probably afford 1 more. Oh no, Ottomans would form a coalition against us. I don't care. Give me money. Give me provinces. Make cores of it. Make cores of it. Good. Alright, excellent. You know, actually... No, we'll let the Hungarians sit on it first. Hey, yo. Hey, yo. So, you know, we technically lost Ibiza. We still retain our core on it, so we can declare on the Hafsids at any time if they show a moment of weakness or something. But for now, we'll sit, let cores develop and everything, and, you know, make these cores. We'll work on making that a core, start religious converting. And then once the separatism's gone, I'm just gonna start, you know, being lore accurate and culture converting these back to Greek. We're just gonna be a little silly with it. So, we'll be back when we're ready to do something interesting again. Alright, it is now February of 1406, and we're actually found one other Greek and Orthodox, or one Greek and Orthodox, one province minor here, Smyrna, who accepted an alliance and royal marriage with us, and now will accept vassalization. So we now have our own little guy here in Anatolia, who we can eventually integrate, of course. We already accept Greek, and we are Orthodox, so that will be an easy one. That'll be an easy one. We're gonna have to spend a lot. We got our cores on these provinces, but we are now working to start converting them to Orthodox and all that, so it'll still be a little bit more time of build-up before we continue our expansion anywhere over here. So we will once again be back when, well, something's happening. Alright, it is now the 25th of February, 1411. We've religious converted all of these provinces in Anatolia we took. And we saved up money and actually upgraded Naples to a level 3 center of trade. And we fabricated a couple claims as well on Karaman and on the 2 provinces of Cilicia. So we're going to go ahead and continue our little jaunt here, our little foray into Anatolia, because we've got claims on a lot of this from our mission tree. So we could kind of just start carving a path through the Middle East. And I'm all for that idea. So we're going to go ahead and begin this siege of Mersin, owned by Karaman, and we are going to conquer them real quick, and then we're going to just probably chain war directly into fighting Cilicia. So we've probably got a little bit of a siege on our hands here, so we will go ahead and skip the boring part, and we'll be back when the siege is done. Also, something I forgot to mention, sorry, we're still doing the siege here, but something I forgot to mention, what in vanilla would just be called the Feudalism Institution, has spawned, and its origin was actually Savoia. It's already appeared in Naples, so we went ahead and put it on Advancement Edict to start spreading it around, because probably one more province and we'll be able to pay to embrace it. we'll be able to get that embraced quite quickly, and the siege of Marison is going decently quickly. It's at 21% already. Throwing up a blockade helped. And we're going, as soon as we're done with this, we're going to just annex them. And, well, Hungary is dealing with their one ally real quick. So they shouldn't be too keen to continue fighting. Yes, we'll maintain a diplomat with Smyrna because we're going to integrate them pretty much as soon as it is possible to integrate them. And as soon as this siege is done, hopefully they will be willing to surrender. And it looks like we might actually have to fight Aretna for the Silesia provinces rather than Silesia itself, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. They're just allied with a couple nobodies. Let's get ourselves a new Diplo Rep advisor. We're sticking with level 1s right now, even though we make a ton of money, just because, well, I like money. Ack. Alright. Oh, come on. Come on, just finish the siege. This is the fun thing about, like, anything before 1444 in extended timeline is sieges just take forever. Alright, excellent. Are we gonna have to wait? Yep, we're gonna have to wait. Unfortunate. They don't even have any money for us to take. Well, Hungary is having good progress with their sieges there, so hopefully they'll convince them quite quickly that this is not a war to be won for them. How about now? No, they still are not going to accept. Well, that's fine. We'll let that other siege go and see how long it takes. Are they gonna gain a lot of progress on this siege tick, or? Oh yeah. Let's hit it with the speed. Hit it with the speed. Damn half-sids. That is going to be a problem we're going to have to deal with sooner rather than later. But we're not yet powerful enough. Excellent. Alright, go ahead and we'll spawn that rebellion and destroy it. We'll go ahead and start making that a core. We'll leave this army here just to suppress a little bit of that unrest. We'll wait for Aretna to finish that war, and then we'll go right in on them. Because who cares? We're freaks. Who cares? We're freaks. Alright. We did, of course, also expand our armies to 24k each, 20 infantry, 4 cavalry. We'll start leaving our stacks at about that for now. Because what's the combat width? 20. Yeah, it's perfect, actually. Perfect. Almost like I planned it that way, though I didn't. I didn't. I just noticed my force limit was higher. I was like, oh, I could make my stacks a little bigger. I don't pay attention to, like, meta or anything in this game, honestly. I really don't. I just do what I do. Alright, so we're just gonna wait for Aretna to finish up their war, or, you know, whichever way it goes. And we'll be back once again when we have something silly, fun, and interesting to do. Alright, it's now 14:13. This crap over here is still going on, so we're still waiting on that, but we did just have our king die, and we now have King Carlo V d'Anjou is 454, and his heir Carlo d'Anjou 533. So not bad, all things considered. We got our core on Marison, and we're now just converting it to Orthodox. We'll keep up our royal marriages with everybody. Keep our allies happy and healthy. And once again, we're just going to keep waiting, because this Silesia issue is going to have to be handled no matter who holds it. But we have to wait for one of the two people that's declared war on them to finish their fight before we can interfere. So we'll be waiting on that. Alright, it is now December of 1415. Eretna has finished up their war with Sicilia and taken their territory, and now we're going to take it from them. Of course, we call in our junior partner Hungary and our vassal Smyrna, we are also, I think, able to integrate already. We'll probably do that after this war. They will call in their vassal Konya, which is this little one province minor. They will call in Ardabil and Hazaraspids, who are both quite weak. So I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. And we made Adana the war goal, so let's go ahead and just get in there. Just go ahead and get right on in. And immediately beat them in a battle. I can wait on occupying the war goal to get a good victory here. Especially if we get the stack wipe. I don't think we will, though. Nope. Nope, no Stackenweipen, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and occupy Karaman, then Adana. Smyrna's going to come in and wipe their one province miners army. Beautiful. And hopefully they'll just sit and siege that for me, so I don't have to. We did fabricate one more claim on Eretna, too, on Kayseri here. The damn Hafsids. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you soon enough, sir. We're gonna absolutely blow you out soon enough. Soon enough. They keep wanting to come after me. They're gonna get a lesson they won't forget. Just not yet. We are having a conflict that we can take advantage of here soon. Palestine is a vassal of Mamluks, but they're fighting an independence war against them right now. So if we can, well, be a fool and rush in, get out of this war essentially as soon as possible, and chain into fighting the fighting Palestine, then we can take a bunch of our claims here and continue our essential just campaign to dominate the Mediterranean coast, especially the eastern Mediterranean. So we just want to get enough war score here that they're gonna be not wanting to fight us anymore, and that we can take these 3 provinces no problemo. That would be the peak of what we want to do in this war. Maybe Hungary is just going to go smack these guys around, which is very good for us. Well, it gives us time to just do the siege. Actually, they're going to lose that battle, so let's get in there and make sure that we win. Come on, get in there before the morale gets too much lower. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, it's not looking great, actually. They got a good roll there. No, never mind. As per usual, we win. We win. We can't be stopped. And since I had to reset... Oh, never mind. Hungary's gonna wipe those guys for me. Hungary's just gonna wipe that 2K for me. And Smyrna will go back to sieging down that one province minor of theirs. Oh, come on. You couldn't even stack wipe a 2K, buddy. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. There we go. Wipe some 1Ks to make you feel better. Alright, we can actually take the next Diplotech, which will actually allow us to get our first heavy ships. We're definitely going to take that ahead of time. We'll probably take both of these ahead of time as well. We're still using advancement edicts to make this cheaper so that we can afford to embrace it. It's spreading pretty damn quick with our advancement edicts, so won't be too much longer before we'll be able to afford embracing the late feudalism institution. Otherwise, we're just going to be sitting on these sieges for a minute, so unless another battle breaks out or something, we'll be back when those sieges are done. Alrighty. 2 of the 3 sieges are done, and we're just going to wipe this 3K real quick if we can catch them. We'll be able to catch them here. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, 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 kill. Alright, now let's see if they'll be able to, if they'll peace out for those 3 provinces and a bunch of money. Money. Core all. We're gonna wait on doing any monuments until we can embrace the institution. Otherwise, we're gonna core this up and everything, and just, you know, finish what we started here. Dubious spending practices. Well, we need a new mill advisor. Hopefully we get a good one. Hopefully we get a good one. No, you suck. Hopefully we get a good one. Come on, give me a discipline or a morale of armies. Come on. You can do it. Just give me the one I want. Stop giving me fort defense, guys. I'll retire the level 2 as well. It sucks to be spending this money, but I want a mill advisor, but I want a good one. Fort defense does nothing for me. A reinforced speed, whatever. We'll take it for now. Whatever. We'll take it for now. Alright, looks like the Independence War is actually going horribly for the Palestinians. Oh no, anyway. Oh no, anyway. But we've expanded quite a bit. We've taken all this land here in Anatolia. We've continued expanding our economy and our military. You can go back to drilling. And so can you, actually. We want to get that drill back up. Since we can't take a military idea yet, our first idea group is probably going to be exploration, actually. So I want to take a lot of these islands and maybe do some colonization in West Africa very early on. so that we can really be, you know, Naples ruling the seas here. That's kind of the plan, while we also just really push our expansion in North Africa to get rid of the Barbary pirates, so we don't have to worry about having our coasts raided all the damn time. That's gonna be the real sticking point there. Now, how close? Yeah, we're definitely gonna take the Miltech, but how close are we to being able to embrace this institution? Just a little bit more saving up of money, and maybe if a few more provinces embrace it real quick, that'll be cheaper. But we shall see. However, I think this is probably going to be where we hang it up for today. Not much we can do more in the just like immediate right now. So we'll be waiting for these cores and everything. We'll be waiting for religious conversions, and of course a result to the Palestine Mamluks debacle, so that we can, you know, beat up the loser. Because I mean, really, Mamluks by themselves aren't that threatening. We could bring over our other stack, keep them navally, you know, away from being able to invade Greece or Italy, and just beat them on land. Even if they brought Palestine in as a vassal, I think we could beat them. But that'll be probably the next episode will be our expansion into the Holy Land. So we shall see, though. We shall see. You never know. Things might change on the fly, as they've had to several times at this point. But thanks, everybody, for coming out and watching. Be sure to leave a like, maybe even comment, and maybe even subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Y'all have a good one. Bye-bye.